Peace. What's up, YouTube? Thank you for joining me again on my channel. Anybody that's here with me right now, I appreciate you. You don't have to be here right now, but you are. So for that, I really want to take a moment to just appreciate you just for spending your time and your attention, because we know that's not free, and we know that you know there's always an exchange of energy when you're focusing your attention on something, or paying your attention on something. So I hope that you can benefit from paying your attention my way, as well as me paying it forward back to you with this message. So as you can tell by the title, this is going to be about karmic, soulmates, and twin flames. Now, I know a lot of people talk about these topics, okay? And I know there's a lot of information out there. And I respect that, because I feel like over the years, a lot of people have just expressed their raw beliefs about these topics and just talked about, what their experiences have been like and what they feel like um, defines the definition of karmic relationships, soulmate relationships, and twin flames relationships. So I'm basically gonna do the same thing here. I'm definitely gonna give my raw beliefs and my opinions on it, but I just feel like I've really been able to witness real time each one of these, and not only that, I'm starting a service where I'm going to be starting to read people's relationship synastry. So this is just a really good observation point that I've gathered from looking at a lot of things in the psychology of relationships, and just really diving into a lot of different mental modalities that I've been able to come across, like what these archetypes are really, how they're really showing up. And so I want to just kind of give my viewpoints for anybody out there who needs to hear this, and I hope this message helps you. So without further ado, we're going to just jump right in. I don't really have like no specific way I'm going to just express this. I'm going to just let it come out. So I think with the soulmates, I want to talk about the karmic first, because it's gonna all build up. And I'm not talking about them in this order, as to say like which one is better, or least to greater. Even though I do have an opinion about that, but still, I'm just gonna start with the karmic. So I feel like karmic relationships, a lot of people, and also let me shout out True Brilliance, because she's a divine queen, and I've learned so much from her. I really appreciate learning from just really spiritually minded, high vibrating, women that are just in their power and really honing in on that like mother goddess type energy, and just teaching you, lessons and wisdom. It's powerful, and it's attractive to me. So anyway, go to her channel. I'll even link the video below that really kind of inspired me even more to talk about this. But yeah, so she gave some really good points. But when it comes to the karmic relationship, guys, I feel like a lot of people in the world are in this type of dynamic of a relationship, in this karmic. And what I mean by that, because you always hear about this word karma, and what I mean by it, it may be a lot of definitions out there, but what I'm talking about is, it's something that you guys are like, it's inevitable, in a sense. Like, you guys are coming back together to resolve some karmic situation, and it's negative in this instinct, and it's something that maybe it was something that happened that was really unbalanced in the past, and with this being unbalanced, it brought you two back together this time in life to basically balance it back out. And I know a lot of this topic is really, really spiritual, and I know it's going to take, certain people it's going to resonate with, and certain people it's not. So that's just how it is. So with the karmic, this is talking about past life. This is talking about things that you've witnessed in the past, your spirit has witnessed with this person's spirit, because like she said in her video, True Brilliance, she was like, the spirit, we've lived on infinite amount of years. And like right now, we're just living in one scope of reality with our spirit. We're like in this is one lifetime right here, versus all the previous ones we've been in, all right, and the people we've been involved with in those lifetimes. So this is what I'm talking about with this karmic relationship. This is like stuff that's happened in the past that you may not even be aware of, you know, or consciously aware of. Subconsciously, the universe knows, and you know why y'all are meeting up. But consciously, it's hard to kind of understand why you two are meeting up. But it plays out in so many ways, you know, but ultimately it's because there's some unbalance or something that you guys had going on in the past that didn't get resolved, and it's now you guys are coming back together to resolve it. And a lot of times this manifests in very toxic ways, you know, very toxic ways. You know, you can see this happen in abusive relationships, people abusing each other. And if you go to her video, she gives like some more deeper examples of this. I won't go too deep into that, but you know, people getting abused, or people just get cheated on, death even happening, death of a spouse, you know, and people be like, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? Why am I attracting all these people? And it's a lot of times because there's some karmic debt, you know, it's some spiritual significance behind it that you guys are coming together to balance out. People having kids, you know, that's also another sign. Um, so anyway, a lot of people are in that type of dynamic of a relationship. Then you got the soulmate relationship, guys. So the soulmate relationship, this is the one I feel like is the best one in my opinion. Because the soulmate, you know, the soulmate is your soul, mate. You know, it's like it's like part of your soul. It's like part of like the person is here in helping you evolve more because y'all are like this the same soul, you know. So it's like basically you guys are helping each other hone more in on like the love vibration, you know. So the soulmate comes in your life and they teach you more of how to love yourself. They teach you more about your self-worth, your self-value, because this person more than likely is in soulmates, you know, it manifests as people just really loving on you, taking care of you, a really good spouse, you know, somebody who is very mindful of your wants and your needs and very just conscious of wanting to keep you happy, and you know, all that good mushy stuff you want is wrapped up in that soulmate relationship. And this is a good sign, you know. This just means that, you know, you're in a really good relationship that's going to evolve, you know. And that one is, you don't really need a lot of explanation for that one. I think a lot of people are reaching for that, but the confusing part is I think a lot of people feel like they're in that scope, right? But ultimately they're in this karmic relationship, you know. So you gotta really have a level of discernment to really understand if this karmic, you know, is this stuff that I'm facing because of my toxic actions, or you know, whatever, or is this really just, you know, you will know. You really will know if you really examine your life in the pointers that I'm throwing out right now. You'll kind of get an idea of if you fit in either or category, and just you know, kind of use that as a reference guide. So that's the soulmate, that's the karmic, and now we'll go to the twin flame, because this one is really how I'm about to wrap this whole video up, because this one is really technical. Is far out there. Okay, this is one that like is definitely not going to vibrate with everybody, and I'm going to explain why I feel like it doesn't vibrate with everybody. But at the same time, this one is of such a high spiritual vibration that it's hard to grasp. It's um very spiritual, mental base, you know, because of, yeah. So twin flames are your mirrors. Okay, this is your mirror right here. Okay, the term twin flame that's been flying around for years now, and got people just in all type of emotions. I mean, I hear people talk about it in some of the most highest lights, and some people talk about it from some of the most lowest lights, you know. But I'm here to try to bring a balance to it. So the twin flame dynamic is supposed to be your mirror, okay? And it's basically, to sum it all up, it's like masculine and feminine energies, right? We all have this in each one of us, and we're trying to balance it individually. Like I have a masculine energy and I have feminine energy. You have masculine energy, you have feminine energy. Okay, well, the twin flame relationship dynamic is essentially a relationship that supersedes the 3D, the third dimension. It's more so 5D and beyond. Okay, research on that if you need more information. But anyway, it's like, so when you come down to, it's like this androgynous being, right? Because that's the masculine and feminine together. That's why I say 5D. But when it comes down to the 3D realm, you know, it's like these two spirits, they split. The masculine and feminine split. But they're one and the same. And but the difference is they're just in two different bodies, okay? And this can play out in so many different ways. But I'm not here for, like, I'm not going into the details. But I'm just gonna break down the energetic summary of what it is. Um, so you got these two spirits. They come in, they break down, and they go into two separate bodies. And so now that they're in these two separate bodies, they are here to help each other become whole within themselves. Okay, it's not for them to per se come together. The twin flame, a lot of people feel like, okay, I need to be with my twin flame. It's not really about that so much. Yeah, you got people that are with their twin flames, and it's a wow, the vibration of that relationship is out of this world. Like, it's just, that's the highest form of relationship I personally feel like you can accomplish in this lifetime, to be with your twin flame. I look at a lot of elderly people, like my grandparents and stuff, and I see them in those type of dynamics. I feel like nowadays is, like I said, it's karmic, but back then, my grandparents in them days, I just feel like they were more so, I don't know, more connected to their twin flames, because I look at them and it's just easier to see the twin flame qualities inside of them. So anyway, back to the twin flame dynamic. It's like, so you two are, what one person is really good at, the other person is not so good at with the twin flame dynamic. So it's like, whatever this person has as a strength, this person is gonna be a weakness. And mind you, the twin flame dynamic is not something that I'm talking about. You're not gonna be walking around here and seeing somebody like, oh, I suck at communication, this person suck at communication, that must be my twin flame. It's not like that. It's really highly spiritual, and it's telepathic even sometimes. But you'll know certain things. You just will. It's like a mirror. So anyway, it's like, if you're good at something, this person is not going to be so good at it. So, for example, with communication, you could be really good at communicating, and your twin flame is going to suck at it. Or you can be a really outgoing person, and your twin flame is going to be really introverted. Okay, and so that's kind of how you can identify it in a way, but you got to really make sure that you, like, checking off the list, and not just being fanatical or living in a fantasy or illusion world with the twin flame dynamic, because it's so highly, like, in your third eye type energy, that people can get lost in fantasies and stuff like that. So you got to be grounded with it too. So anyway, you level that out. So anyway, something that you're good at, this person may not be good at, and something they're good at, they may not be good at. But what it's trying to get you to do, right? And whether you two are connected physically or spiritually, it's trying to get this person to realize that they can be also good at communication, right? And and this person is gonna project back to you, because they're ultimately just projecting things back. It's a mirror. You look in the mirror, you can yell at the mirror all you want, but it's ultimately still you. So it's like, it's the same instance. So, like, this person to be kind of showing you how bad you are with communication, or it'll be like just signs popping up, and it's so highly spiritual, it feels like the universe is involved, and it's just very weird, because it's like, why do I feel so triggered? It's like you just feel triggered by a lot of things, and you're just like, wow. But ultimately, what's going on? Trying to get you to embody certain qualities so that you can be a better communicator. And actually, the things that are triggering you are literally helping you to transform in that very moment, so that you can accept and transform into having better if you're that spiritually adept, you're able to catch that lesson and integrate it and get better at your communication skills for yourself. But anyway, it's basically just that. It's like that person, it seems like this person is inflicting pain or something on you, but really, like True Brilliance even said in her video, I like the way she put it, it's like, within that twin flame dynamic, that pain and that rage, all of that 3D stuff that you're feeling, and 3D emotions that are being triggered, ultimately are blessing you in the spiritual realm. It's like teaching you some really highly spiritual lessons that your soul wants to meet, soul wants to learn. Because mind you, like I said, they're split, so it's you, it's really you when you think about it from this context, right? But just in a different body with a face on it, you know, so it looked like somebody else, but ultimately it's you getting your shit together, but making you become whole down here in this 3D realm, right? And ultimately you're just embodying more soul. It's such a highly spiritual soul level connection that your soul is like advancing forward with this. So I look at the twin flame. I say all that to say I look at the twin flame dynamic as a service oriented relationship, because I feel like once you connect and once you get to a certain level and you're connected to your twin flame, this is going to be a dynamic that you're always going to be connected to. You're always going to have these little telepathic connections and just whatever, even if you don't, you know, it's you, you know, at the end of it all. So ultimately, to be with that person is really trying, because it could play out in so many different ways. You know, I've seen twin flames that are together, and it's like one person, you know, like I said, one person has these strengths and another person has these strengths, and they're together, right? They're physically together in union, in a relationship, but it plays out to where one of the people doesn't work so hard to embody certain qualities because the other partner always has it, right? And they're together, so it's like, why do I need to do it? This person is already good at communicating. Why do I need to be outgoing? This person already is, you know, and I'm with them. So it can make it can make you lazy in a relationship. It can make you it can stunt you, you know, it can stunt you a little bit in your growth. It can leave you, it can just stunt you, you know. Or, you know, it can evolve, man, and it's so passionate. It's so you got this telepathic connection going. You're learning all these lessons. You've even integrated a lot of these lessons. You guys are living in this just spiritual like bubble, because y'all just it's y'all are one and the same, and you have did a lot of shadow work, and now you're just literally whole and connected into that whole. That's a massive amount of energy, a lot of balance and a lot of harmony going on right there. um so that's the twin flame union. And I say all that to say, you know, you want to make sure that you are identifying these relationships and understanding where you fall into each one, or where people fall into each one's. I really think people should be shooting more for their soulmates, because twin flames, guys, that one's not for the faint of heart, and it's gonna take you down through there. And a lot of people are toxic, you know. I feel like the twin flame union is wrapped up. Karmic and soulmate are wrapped up in both of that, because you go through all emotions. It can feel like a karmic at times, it can feel like a soulmate, you know. So it's like you want to be careful. A lot of people, I feel like I want your soulmate, twin flame, da 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 da. But I'm just here to shed light. I'm not here to really judge what anybody really wants. But in my opinion, I think the soulmate is like the really top notch one. So anyway, basically really wanted to do that. I'm about to be coming out with a lot more relationship videos on this channel. I'm really like finding how I want to present certain things. It's like I said, I'm about to start doing relationship SYNASTRY reports. So it's about time for me to really start elaborating more on it, and just kind of putting out information that I'm finding amongst looking at all these charts, because it's that's what I'm learning. It's like the more you look at people's chart individually, you see a theme, or you start to see patterns. You start to see things playing out, and it helps you understand more of relationships in general. And I feel like karmics, soulmates, and twin flames kind of puts you it kind of allows you to compartmentalize most of relationships today. Relationships is a very confusing subject for a lot of us, because nobody gave us the rule book. Like we out here loving each other, and sometimes love is toxic in the ways we express it. So we gotta really just start being more aware of what, so that we can you know, better attract what it is we're trying to experience. So I hope this video helped. I hope it wasn't too long, but I hope it really helped somebody out there. Peace.